Greetings everyone. Thanks for joining me for yet another one of my reviews covering CCTV and security products. Not quite CCTV, but I think it could be considered one. This is the ieGeek Bell J1, and it's a doorbell with a camera in it that can send you snapshots, and you can even talk to people that ring your doorbell. In any case, the reason I've got this one is because about 4 years ago when we built our house, I purchased another ieGeek product. And that's what started me on all this Cloud Edge app cameras, because I have learned to like the Cloud Edge, and this was the reason I bought it in the first place. Or I shouldn't say buy it, because you get Cloud Edge free on either the Android or iOS stores. But in any case, what do you say we unbox this, then we'll set it up, do some testing on it, and give you a full review of the product. All right. One thing I can say about ieGeek products is they are well packaged. Everything I've seen from them comes packed, so an angry delivery man is not going to damage it when he throws it around. Anyway, we got the manual, and they're very well written from ieGeek. And they've got this warranty activation card. And there's some benefits if you activate it when you get it, so be sure to read this rather than throw it in the outgoing file cabinet, if you know what I mean. And here's, right off the bat, this is something that I like, why I like this one more compared to the one I got 4 years ago. And this is a battery operated bell. They even send you the batteries, and you can place this anywhere in the house. Whereas the one that I currently have, I have to have it plugged into a USB outlet. And I have learned that whenever we lose power, we kind of lose the connection on that. But so this is a great idea. And we'll get back to that in a little bit. There's a little box in here. And I'll be honest with you, I did open this last night because I wanted to charge the rechargeable batteries in this one, so they'd be full today. Batteries for the bell. And a little handy package full of all kinds of paraphernalia. We'll just dump this stuff right here. Here's a charging cord for you. It'll plug into here, and I'll show you where in just a second. That's so you can plug it into a USB charger and charge this up before sending it out to its destination on outside wall. And you got a little, I won't call it a screwdriver. This is for the final mounting of the camera in its little holder. That'll tighten down some screws, which are in here. This little screw here goes into the bottom to fasten it into the main bracket. Okay, what we have here is we have two pieces. This is what actually gets mounted to the wall outside, and this can be either powered by the batteries in this, or if you have wiring going out to the wall, to the location of the doorbell, you can power this from a transformer inside your house. And that's how we have it now. But if you don't have that wiring available to you, or if you want to mount it somewhere weird, then you can run it off the rechargeable batteries in here. Speaking of rechargeable batteries, one of the first things you want to do is remove this, because that's basically a little disconnect for the batteries for during shipping, because you don't want this thing running off battery as well as being shipped halfway across the world. So anyway, pull that out, And now that even lit it up. That powered the device up. Oh, one other thing we want to do. Actually, let's take these batteries out for a second. Because right in there is where the SD card goes. I'm going to put that in now. And this will take up to 128 gig SD card, but I'm only going to use a 32 myself. I usually don't use large cards unless the device is going to be run 24/7. And that's not the case with this. This is just based on sending out alerts of when the motion detector senses activity. So I don't foresee a need for a larger card. That should still get me quite a while on the memory. Positive up in here. So there we go again. And it should ding on us again here in a minute. There it goes. Now. There, that's pretty much all it takes to charge this up, to power it up. And let's put the batteries in this. There we go. And it's real easy to pair these up. In fact, I'm going to even try it right now. I don't know that you even need to be set up with Wi-Fi or anything. I don't think you do, because this works off of RF, not the Wi-Fi. So just out of curiosity, let's try and pair these things up real quick. Okay, I believe this is the reset button. Let's push it just once, like that. And I believe that was supposed to turn blue. But let's try it anyway. Okay, that time it worked. And just to make sure, let's push it again. And there's different tones and tunes you can play on this, and you can adjust the volume. But that should do it for now. Okay, now we're going to quick go into the Cloud Edge app setup and program this baby. Okay, now first thing we want to do is go into the Cloud Edge app. And right off the bat, you can see I've got several cameras on this app. That's how much I like it. And what we want to do is we want to touch this plus right here. There you go. And that takes us into, we have to select what kind of device we have. And we have a smart doorbell. So let's go with that.
On the device.
Right off the bat, it brings this up for us. And it says it really wants you to do this near your router for the best results at getting it going. I am clear across the house from our router, so this may not work the first time. I may have to go over there. But let's give it a try and see how good this thing picks up. We'll hit next.
Press the bell button and tap
and
next.
We want to press, let's see, press the bell button and tap next. So there we go. All kinds of music. Hit next.
Please reset the device by holding the
Now,
reset button for
it
5
wants us
seconds. Wait for the
hit
indicator
the reset
light
button.
to flash red.
And in this little packet we got, there is a reset, a little pin for pushing on that reset button. Look at that little thing there. And down here, this is where you also plug in your cord to charge it up. We also have the reset button in here, our little reset hole. Let's push that and hold it. There, did you hear that? That tells me it's ready to do its thing. So we'll put that down there, and we're going to hit next.
For Gene Network, then enter
I
your
really don't
network
want you to see my password in that, so that's why I did that. I'll be with you in just a second. Okay. And I want to confirm that that's the right Wi-Fi name and Wi-Fi password. We'll hit OK on that. And now we're coming to the easy part.
Next to show your QR code.
It's gonna
then hold the code
bring up a QR code on this, and we need to show the camera that QR code. It's just telling you how far apart you should be and things like that, but it's real simple to do. Just hit next here, and there's the camera lens. Let's first take off all of this so it doesn't interfere with anything we're doing. Oops, shouldn't have done that. I hope that doesn't screw it up. Anyway, let's show the camera the QR code. Yep, it did, and it knows what it's got to do next. So let's hit next on this.
Connecting. Please wait a moment.
Now it's searching for it, and boy, that found it quick. Like I said, we're a ways away from the router, but it found the device. And we want to hit next again. Now it really wants us to mount this before it goes any further. So what we're going to do is we're going to go outside and mount this on the wall, and we'll proceed. I'll just hit next here. Tells me I've got a normal Wi-Fi signal, which again is good, seeing as how I'm across the house. And hit next again. Gives you some install tips. Now let's just hit done. I'm going to choose Ken as a family. And there we are. And we're going to go out and set this up now. And following that, I'm going to put it through some testing before I show you the remainder of the review. So it'll probably take me a day and an evening to do the testing. So you won't notice that because we'll be back in a flash to show you how that turns out. We'll see you in a bit. All right, I cheated a little bit. I'm using commercial two-sided tape to mount this on my wall for right now. For the simple reason I don't go drilling holes into anything that's as pretty as this or anything else like that. Until I know it's going to work the way it's supposed to. So you may want to try that before you install yours too. So there's a trick to putting this in here. And if you put it in wrong, it's going to fall out. So you put the top in first, hold it in place, then push the bottom in. There, now I've got a nice, it's in there nice. Real simple. Next thing, and I have lost a lot of these doing this, so be careful. What it is a little screw here that goes in this hole. What did I just tell you not to do? And you guessed it, that's exactly what I just did. I lost this little screw. And we've got pavers down here. It's not a solid surface, so it was a pain in the butt to find it. Don't do what I just did. Let's try it this way. Put that in there. And you know how when you assemble different things from different manufacturers, a lot of times they give you a few extra screws here and there in case you lose stuff. And that would be nice in this little package, not just for from this manufacturer, but from all of them that have to deal with little itty bitty screws. Anyway, I got that fastened now, and it's all mounted, and all we have to do is ring the doorbell. There it goes. And it just sent a snapshot of me to the phone, along with a button you can push to answer the door. And if you do that, you can have a two-way conversation with a view of them on your phone. It's really neat. You can do that across the world if you want to. You don't have to be in the house. So I'm going to do some testing on this, and maybe a day or two in a night. And after that's all done, we'll come back to you and give you the results, along with a few pointers on how to program the doorbell. So to you, it's just going to be a few minutes. To me, it's going to be a day or so. See you in a bit. All right, let's go into the app now. And as you can see, again, I've got lots of cameras on the Cloud Edge app. That's how much I like it. Right off the bat, we'll go into the new camera and take a look at that. That's a sharp image. I do have it on the highest quality setting. No, I don't. Actually, I'm sorry. Must have switched back. Now we're at the full high definition setting. And that's one thing about this new updated doorbell. This is an updated version. It's the ieGeek Bell J1 battery powered doorbell. And it's been upgraded from 1080p to 2000 pixels, 2K pixels. Also, the bell has been upgraded too. This is completely portable. It's battery powered. You don't have to have it plugged into anything. So that's a big plus. I like that a lot compared to my older version. And the video quality obviously is great too. But you know, I can do this too and show you this. And just in case you don't know, you can zoom in. There's my old doorbell, by the way, right there. That's an ieGeek doorbell from about 4 or 5 years ago. When we built the house, we had it pre-wired for that, because that's a wired version. This new one is battery version, rechargeable battery. And a new one also seems to be more responsive than the original, although I'm very happy with the original one. As in most cases, this new one has two-way audio. It's got night vision. It has a 166 degree viewing angle. That's one reason why you're kind of getting that fisheye effect here, because it's such a wide angle. That's more than my original one, and which makes it nice. It's got a PIR motion sensor, which also is new compared to my other one. PIR will give you less false alarms due to things like bugs, and believe it or not, lightning in the sky could trigger the old one because it was using pixel movement as opposed to body heat. So that's another plus, having a PIR on there. It's a weatherproof housing. It's got rechargeable batteries and also a quick message reply. And I'll try and show you that how that works as we go into this. Okay, let's look at some of the files from yesterday and today. And as you can see, when an alert comes to the phone, you're going to get a thumbnail image with each alert. And that stays with the phone once it's received. The video files, on the other hand, are stored on the SD card in the camera. Let's play that one, see what we get. All right. As soon as I come within striking distance of the doorbell, it all lights up and it starts recording onto the SD card, and then it sends my phone an alert. Now this should record for about 30 seconds, and after that it'll stop. And if there's still activity, it'll restart. But I'm going to walk away and it should stop. Okay, now it will stop and it'll start a new file as soon as I come back in. Okay, now I'm going to push the doorbell. Let's see what happens. Here we go. My phone lights up he wants me to answer, so I'll answer this here. And we're going to start getting feedback there because both the doorbell and the phone were getting audio. So let's go into, let's try this, see what we come up with. There's dinging the phone, and I need to answer it here. There I am. And we get to share out a two-way conversation here. And for being lit up by... There you can hear the feedback again because both audio sources are next to each other. Let's see, what do we... I think that there's more there, but that gives you the idea. It shows you the night vision capability of the camera. And what we're going to do now is we are actually going to go into setting up, programming this camera. Go into settings. And right off the bat, we're going to change the name here. See, I have device name. And since I already have one named front door, I'm going to rename this door, D-O-O-R, and save. Okay, now it's named door, and that's how it'll be presented to you when an alert comes in. It gives us the network and signal strength and IP address and things like that. Let's back out there. We do have the receive alert notifications on. Time settings, you can either go 12-hour clock or 24-hour clock. Sound settings, the microphone is on the device. It'll record voice. The speaker is on, and I can adjust the volume right here on the unit. Chime settings. We can go in here. We do have chime on. On the chime, you can change the tunes that are played on the doorbell when it rings. Voice message. Okay, with voice messages, you can record some responses that you can play automatically or on demand. If somebody comes to the door, they'll play that pre-recorded message. Battery management. That's going to tell you it's powered by the battery, and it tells you what percentage you've used. And cloud storage. I don't use cloud storage myself. I depend on the SD card. Some people swear by cloud storage. Personally, I'm happy with the SD card. And you can check the version of the programming if you want. And let's see. And we do have the current version, so we're okay there. You can restart your device here. You delete your device. Let's go into recording management. We're in event recording. That means when it detects motion, it is going to start recording, and we have it set at a 30-second recording loop. So it'll record for 30 seconds. And if motion continues, it'll start another one. Otherwise, it'll stop and go into standby. It shows our capacity of the card we have in there and the remaining capacity on that card. And you can also format it here. That pretty much lets you know everything. Although, there is one other thing I should show you. Alarm management. We want to go into the alarm area. And you will get the picture here. And you see all these little squares. What we can do is we can put on here these, if it detects motion in this area, it'll trip the device. This other area, it will ignore it. So when those, when you have a bunch of movement out there, the PIR will ignore it, or it should anyway, and it'll concentrate more in this area here. We can hit save there, and that can be changed at any time. And you also have your detection sensitivity. So that is about it. And what I'm going to do is I've got a little closing video file I want to show you here. It's what I recorded today. It gives you an idea of the recordings from during the daytime. Go into messages here. We'll go into that camera. And hopefully you can hear this. And with this, I'm going to sign off with you, and I'll close with this little audio file. So be sure to watch for my upcoming reviews for other products. This will be one of my final shots for you to look at. So what do you think? I think it's got good audio, great picture, especially during the day. And as you can see, I'm already an ieGeek customer. I have been for more than 4 years, but that will continue because ieGeek keeps putting out some really good products. So see you.